HIAA drama nerds. Today's drama is about a movie called Blue is the Warmest Color. This movie is about two teenage girls who fall in love and the ups and downs that this relationship creates for them. This is Adele. Adele is 18 years old literature student. Adele is somehow confused about her sexual and emotional desires and does not know exactly what kind of relationship is suitable for her. One day when Adele and his friends are sitting in the school, they notice that a guy named Thomas looks like he is interested in Adele. Her friends encourage her to give him a shot because he is a handsome one. Adele doesn't mind either, but her self-confidence is low, so she rejects the guy, of course, by jokes and laughter, because she doesn't want to hurt his feelings at the same time. The next day, when Adele is on her way to school, at the same time Thomas enters the bus as well. When he notices Adele, he goes on and sits next to her and they start talking and decide to meet again the next day. And the next day comes where Adele is going on a date. She passes a blue-haired girl on the way, which she is also with another girl. She feels a strange feeling, a strong feeling of love and desire. Adele gets to her date and eats a sandwich with Thomas, and then goes to the cinema. Thomas also uses the darkness of the place and tests Adele. That night, when Adele returns home and goes to sleep, she dreams about the same blue-haired girl intimating with. When she wakes up, she is surprised and shocked by her dream. The next day, she goes to Thomas's house and they have a fully enjoyable moment, but not for Adele. Adele is not into it at all. That's why the next day, Adele breaks up with Thomas, which makes her feel guilty and lonely again. But she had no choice because there was no feelings for her. Sometime later, one day when Adele was sitting in the schoolyard, one of her friends comes to her, and after they talked for a while, she goes on and kisses Adele. The next day, Adele finds her friend alone in the school washroom and starts kissing her. But she sees that her friend doesn't show much desire and tells her that what happened yesterday was a sudden and unintentional incident and that she didn't think she would get attached. This incident hurts her feelings and feel ashamed, and she returns home with a broken heart. On the way, one of her male friends, who is also gay, sees Adele in a bad mood, so he takes her to a bar to cheer her up. At the bar, Adele sees the blue-haired girl she saw a few days ago in the street and had a crush on her. Emma is an art student and she is very fond of painting, and her goal is to become a famous and successful painter in the future. After noticing Adele, Emma goes and sits with her and they start talking. Before they say goodbye, Emma asks her where she goes to hide the school and then leaves. It seemed that they were not going to see each other again, but the next day, when Adele finishes her class, she sees Emma waiting for her in the schoolyard. Adele goes to Emma and they go out to have a drink together. When the other students see Adele with Emma, they spread rumors about Adele being a lesbian. It cannot be a rumor because Adele is really a lesbian, but she preferred that no one would know, especially school kids. Adele and Emma go to a private place and sit on the bench and Emma starts drawing Adele. Later, after they talk for a while before parting, Adele gives her number so they can meet again. When they want to say goodbye, they both want a kiss, but because they have just met, they control themselves and end the date with a Middle Eastern kiss. The next day, when Adele goes to school, her friends inquire about Emma, who looks to be a lesbian to them, and they want to know if this is true. Adele doesn't like to talk about it, but they insist so hard to the point where their arguments escalate and they have a fight. After school, Adele and Emma go to the park. Adele kisses Emma for the first time. After that, they go to Emma's house together and they do a full display on the bed. At night, Emma takes Adele to her parents' house to get to know each other. Emma's parents are cool with everything because they know about Emma's sexual life and have no problem with it. After dinner, they both go to Emma's room and they rub each other for straight half hours of the movie. A few days later, Adele invites Emma to her house, but Adele's parents have problem with her whole business she is doing with Emma. Because of this, they don't reveal anything about their relationship and she introduces Emma as her friend. Here again, after dinner, they go to Adele's room and having their entertainment, but very slowly and quietly. Sometime later, Emma will display her paintings in an exhibition. On this occasion, Adele throws a party for Emma and invites Emma's friends. Among Emma's friends, there is a girl named Lisa, whom Emma gets close to her and somehow flirts with her. After this, Emma spends more time with Lisa and even stays with her some time until late night. On the other hand, she is busy with her work as well and doesn't spend much time with Adele like before. All this makes Adele feel dried out, sexually and emotionally. As a result, she falls in love with one of her male colleagues and then sleeps with him. One night, when her colleague is driving Adele home, they kiss before parting. Emma witnesses this throughout the window. When Adele enters the house, Emma fights with her and tells her to get out. Adele begs and asks Emma to forgive her, but Emma is very mad and disappointed. So this is where their relationship falls apart. This unfortunate event breaks both them, but Emma more deeply affected by this. She becomes depressed and sad for a long time, sleeps crying every night. Some days, she goes and sits on the same bench where she had her first date with Ima and experienced her first real love and felt like she finally found out what has been wrong with her. But again, she is alone and wandering around for 3 years. After 3 years, she and Ima make an appointment to meet again in a cafe. They talk about work and life, and it turns out that Ima is in a relationship with Leza. After a while, Adele can't stop herself and starts kissing Ima. After she calms down, Adele pulls back and tells Adele that she doesn't love her like before and she has moved on with the whole story they had. But still she has an endless love for her which she will never forget. A few years pass again, and now Ima has become a successful painter and has exhibited her paintings in a big show-off event, and all the people have come to see them. Adele has also been invited to this event. Since everyone wants to talk to Ima and it is busy around her, she doesn't have much time to talk to Adele. Because of this, they do a normal greeting in part ways. Adele realizes that Ima is still in a relationship with Beliza and she seems very happy. That's why she doesn't stay long, and after a couple of drinks, she leaves the exhibition. This was the final sad sequence of the movie. Emma and Adele decide not to get back together.